League finals. I'm keen. Derek, are you keen for today?
Of course. Looking forward to some good pool and looking forward to seeing some great shots from some great players.
Welcome to all our viewers, and I'm really keen to see, honestly, some of the best pool that has come out of our Monday nights.
Of course.
It's been
League
really
finals.
good. League finals. We're here, two of the best teams, arguably in my opinion, that I've seen in a while.
Definitely two very stacked teams. Joe's team, what was it? The 2 7s and a 6.
Yep,
is it?
that's right.
And Valix's team, all 6s. But they're all definitely very good
players.
players.
Before we get into it, tell me a bit about yourself, Derek.
I am a first-year student studying at Macquarie University.
Yep.
And
what are you studying?
I'm doing a Bachelor of Science and Secondary Education.
Not bad. Oh, double degree.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And
CueSoc players doing well, doing big
course,
things.
of course.
That's it.
And I am currently, comp director at CueSoc.
Competitive events director.
Yeah.
Mr. Derek Chen, good job, man. You're doing a great job so far.
Nothing next to Mr. Vice President.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so really good day today. Everyone's getting warmed up. Let's introduce the players.
So on Joe's team first, we have
team name. What was their team name? Team
safety.
That's no. Team names are so dumb. I always forget them.
I know, right?
It would be. That's the spirit. I think
That's
they're called That's the Spirit.
There it is.
Yep. So we got Joe, who's at UNSW, a third-year computer science. Joe being now starting to make his appearance in a couple more videos and starting to get his head around through CueSoc. He's actually been playing really well, so it's good to have him in the final here. And on his team is Tan, or Alex, third-year civil engineering at UCID, and George as well. George doing mechatronics at UCID, fourth year. So UCID with some good players coming through. It's going to be very interesting to see how they go and see how they play today. Gives us good promise for our Inter-Uni as well.
Speaking of UCID, on Valix's team as well, Dawu is a second-year psych student at UCID as well.
Doing very well for someone who's in second year. And introduce the other players.
And Valix is a business student. He is in his second year at Macquarie University as well. And we have Jonny, who is a second year med-sci student at Western Sydney University.
Beautiful. And I mean, the promise I can see in a lot of these second year students is really good.
Of course.
The older ones, yes, they've got that veteran sort of experience, but it's nice to see our second years just coming and playing. That's really what a league is about, right?
Yeah, of course. We've definitely seen them all improve over many periods of time. And it's good to see how players progress.
Definitely. So moving on to our first matchup for today. It's been a pretty hectic day, to say the least.
Yeah.
We're looking on our TV table. We've got Valix versus Tan.
Alex. Valix
Yes.
and Alex.
Valix and Alex. Yeah.
Alex.
Quick word about our format today. For those who aren't too familiar with it, we are doing our CueSoc League Handicapped format. So this is all 8 ball. This is our 8 ball season. If you remember our last video for League being 9 ball, it's a bit different. We've gone back to our usual. Everyone has a team handicap of maximum 60. In this case, actually, Joe's goes slightly over Joe's team. So Joe, George, and Alex going to 63, thus incurring slight handicap penalty at the start. So the Valix, I don't even want to say their team name. It's some Bitly link.
It's from what I've been told, it's an image of Vu actually. If you click on the link, but.
All right, interesting. I still don't understand the obsession, but one day maybe I will. They've named them all their team names after Vu. Very interesting. I think the last 4 teams they've had.
Definitely creative choices in their team name.
So we've got Alex with the break against Valix. So they're starting with 18 points. Now you might be thinking, 18 points, that's not that much, doesn't sound like that much, but in reality it is.
It's almost
18
2
is
almost 2
18 balls. Yeah? I mean, if we're talking doubles, it's 9 balls. So really can make a difference.
Good break from Alex.
Very good break.
What is that? 2 balls in?
2 balls in. Nice
Very
start.
good.
And he's got his nice break cue as well. Good
BK
stroke,
rush.
good power on it. Now, the breaks are predetermined. They're not lag to break like our cops, which is very interesting to see. Can the home team, actually maximize their advantage? Now, Alex, George, and Joe are playing on the home team.
7 ball.
Very nice
Very
touch
good
on
call.
that, yeah. Would you have taken solid? I would have gone with solids as well.
Yeah. Solids is very open right now.
Definitely.
2 ball seems to be a bit of a problem, but does that go? I can't exactly see.
I think so. Although maybe you wouldn't take that one straight away. I think with League you have to sort of think through the whole idea of let me get as many points as I can.
Yes, of course.
So sometimes going for a run out might not be the best option. Rather going for a, let me try and get the hanging balls first actually might be the better option.
Yeah. I know when I was playing, my teammate Justin actually, he was telling me, bro, don't worry about positions, just go for the pot, man. Just
Exactly.
go for the pot.
And that is
Points
very
are
much my
very important,
mentality.
especially in League.
It's good to see that Justin actually, you and Justin are starting to understand how the League game's working, both of you being in first year.
For sure.
Yeah, it's really good.
Very good shot.
Alex with a great shot and
Position on the
this be a
line.
run out. This, great
It's
position.
looking very... Ooh,
Yeah.
Valix even get a turn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let's see. So,
Does the 8 go into the middle pocket?
I think he's trying to go in the corner, so he's just going to have to play around, but it's a hard shot. Yeah, so...
But he's played it beautifully.
good. I think it should go. Yeah, you just got to make sure you get it past the 15. You're right, pretty good.
You see this.
Oh
my god, I run out the start.
Run out the start.
Very
There we
good.
go. Off the mark with a run out. I haven't seen a run out this season. I don't know,
Really?
have you seen many or
To be honest, I haven't been really paying attention to other people's match, just my own,
any from yours or none?
Maybe 1 or 2, but
So a break and run doesn't actually incur in any new points. It's just there for show, but the score will tell itself.
very
Now we wait around a bit while the other matches are going.
How many balls
Not
are
only
there?
was that a break and run,
6.
that was an insanely fast break and run. So really good job.
Jason.
We've already finished the first set. Jeez, that was quick.
I know.
Jeez. So George has actually taken Johnny 10-2. So off to a good start, and it looks like Joe and Daewoo are still going. Almost done with the first set.
Valix getting a few practice shots in.
Very nice. Yeah. So yeah, let's hear about your experiences, Derek.
In League?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we weren't doing so well at the beginning of the season, but I think we managed to gain momentum.
Being yourself,
Me, Jason, and Justin.
Jason Yee,
Yeah.
and Justin Sim.
Yeah.
So Justin actually having featured or having won actually our 9-ball league. How did you
Yeah.
find his experience?
He's definitely a good player. When the balls line up for him, he will run it out.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes he does like to play around a lot, but
Yeah.
I think that makes it fun for all of
Yeah,
us.
and I think that's good. And have you found he's improved?
I'd say so, yeah. He's been playing a lot, and especially because he has tables at home as well.
Oh, he's got a table at home.
He
There you
does.
go. And what cue has he got?
He's from what he's told me, he has a Lucasu. But at the beginning of the season, I think he might have just been using house cue, or maybe
Yeah.
I let him borrow my cue every now and then.
Yeah,
But,
fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I find that sometimes the cue you use doesn't really matter too much. Like, what it actually can come down to is just
Ultimately, it's up to the player.
how focused you are on the game. Like,
Yeah.
you'll get great players who can play well with a house cue. I mean, if you understand position, I mean, looking at what Alex just did, what Tan just did, that is fantastic. I mean, with or without his cue, he still could have run the rack.
Yeah. A run out, my god. In the first frame as well.
So, throughout the season then, any notable performances from what you saw from your end? Any teams you took on that you found difficult? Did you play with either of these in your session or no?
I did. I played against both of them actually. And
Also, they were both in 6 to 8.
Yeah. And
Quick note for viewers. So we got 2 sessions in the lead up to our finals day, which was on a Saturday. We have our Monday night league, obviously 6 to 8, 8 to 10, our 2 sessions. And there's 8 teams in each session, so it's a 7-week period which we play throughout the season. And it's actually a very exciting sort of set of 7 weeks, because 1 week you could be up against some beginners, next week you're up against the best players in the society.
It's a comp that's very open to like everyone.
Yeah.
Anyone can join.
Anyone can join.
The handicap
the
system
spots
is
fill
really
up
good.
quick, and we handicap it so we can make it fair.
Yeah.
That's all we want to do. We want to make it fair. We want to make it so that the people that are playing are actually, giving it a good go. They're not upset by the system, so we're always here to accommodate and help out.
League definitely evens it out for newer players.
Definitely, yeah.
It's definitely encouraged that people who are looking to play some weekly pool, they should definitely join.
I think it really helps you sort of bolster down your skills, help you improve.
Yeah.
So after playing, we'll start off with Joe's team, for example. How did you find their performance against your team?
So they were playing really well. So obviously their handicap went over ours, and so we obviously got a decent head start. But they still, it was a very close match.
How did the score in the Durable?
We won, but I think it was maybe by only like 1 or 2 points.
Wow, yeah.
So they really managed to close the gap, and it was down to like the last match as well.
Fantastic.
So,
I mean, that's really sort of our aim, right?
Yeah.
We want to close the gap as much as possible, best case scenario. Yeah. And
very tough team.
From Jonny, Valix, and Dawoo's a sub today, is he?
Yeah, he is subbing for Yang.
Yep.
Who couldn't make it today. But yeah.
How did you find? So I'm assuming you played against those 3.
Yeah, we played
Yang,
against them 3. Except when we played, Yang couldn't make it, so that was last week.
Okay.
Yang couldn't make it, and we had Steph sub in for Yang.
Okay.
And we lost against them.
Oh wow, yeah. How'd you find the 3 of them were playing?
Yeah, they were playing pretty well, especially because it might have been difficult considering Yang couldn't make it, but they managed to pull their own way, and everyone played really well. It was down to the last match as well again, and I think they might have won by 1 or 2 points again. So yeah.
There you go, yeah. So on our next match, we've got George versus Dawoo on our TV table here. Change things up a bit. Joe and Valix are going to take each other on in the next one. Although it looks like Valix is playing. Interesting. Valix is now playing. George, yeah. We'll change things up a bit actually. We'll do the third set of singles instead. So we'll go with Jonny versus Joe on this table here. And the break looks like to be Joe's.
You got this, Joe?
Jonny cheering on his opponents.
Very good.
Not too bad. But yeah, so we've got Valix versus George on the other one. Not doing too bad, but just to report the score so far, Dawoo going 10-5 against Joe, putting the overall score 25-21 in favour of
25-31.
25-31, sorry, putting it in favour of the Bitly Link team. in favour of Root.
Such a good team name.
Yes. Yeah.
Joe's
And finals day. How'd you find it?
Yeah.
Who'd you take on today?
Me, Justin, and Jason. We played against. Oh my god, I'm blanking out.
I'm gonna have Alex play the Who's great?
I'm playing him, man.
Who'd you play against then?
Oh my god. Why am I
Bit tired.
blanking already? I'm too tired. I've been here for
tired.
way too long.
Yeah, I mean it's a long
I remember
day,
we
it's like
played.
a
I
long
remember
hour,
we played
very long.
Renee's team in the quarterfinals.
Oh, okay. So it was Renee.
Oh, I remember now.
Yes.
We played. I don't know the team name, but we played against Justin Wang, Edward, and Jahan.
2 very good players, and Jahan sort of coming out of his shell a bit more in CueSoc.
2 of them in our invitational 10-ball comp as well.
As well, yeah.
Very good players.
Yeah. So what do you think of them? How'd you go against them 2?
It was definitely a scary team to play, but we pulled out. We managed to.
Did you manage to win any games yourself in singles? Or you don't remember?
Yeah, I managed to win against Jahan.
But the other 2 a bit difficult.
Yeah, the other 2 were definitely difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult. Yeah.
Very good players. Edward is an 8, I believe.
Yeah.
And Justin is a 10.
Yeah.
So
tricky, very tricky.
That's what the handicaps
We're
are.
looking now at Jonny versus Joe here.
Can be shot.
Open break, very open break.
Oh,
Johnny's sort of letting that 4-ball pop out off the rail. I wouldn't have gone too ambitious, especially with these rails here. Cloth's all new. You got to be careful that it doesn't bounce out.
it bumped on the 10 as well.
Georgia just taking the win there against Valix 10-7.
10-6.
10-6 even, yeah, there you go. Scoreline starting to close up quite quickly. Couple of clusters now. Things are starting to close in a bit.
Cube was very close to the 9. Definitely making it hard for Johnny. Oh, beautiful.
Nice part, nice part.
Very
Good
good
control,
part.
really good control there. I think the pattern obviously now looks to be take the 2, go from there with the 4 possibly. It really just depends on gaps.
Yeah.
How willing are you to take on a difficult shot with a
I think
pretty
that's
minimal gap?
That's exactly what Johnny's thinking. He's playing the 2.
Hopefully you didn't take my advice.
Oh,
Ooh, unlucky
very
there.
unlucky. Hit the corner.
Joe's got a chance though. And if Joe takes on this chance really well, he's going to be putting his team in a really, really significant spot, a really good spot.
For sure. He's going for the cut on the 14. Good shot.
Very nice, yeah.
Perfect for the...
Very good control there. Joe doesn't actually use the glove by the looks of it, does he?
No, he doesn't.
What are your thoughts on that? A lot of the players here today aren't really using gloves. We've got Alex with the glove on as well, but Johnny doesn't. Valix doesn't. Dawood does. Bit of a mix.
I think it's just personal preference.
I think it is just personal preference. I sort of stopped using one recently as well.
Really?
It really just depends how if you can get like the adhesive off your hands sometimes, just get less sticky.
How does the cue feel in your hand then?
It's like you want to make it soft. I end up wiping my hands like half the time.
I sometimes feel like whenever I play without a glove, my hands get sweaty. It
Yeah,
makes it hard
can
to
happen
like.
a lot.
Yeah.
It can happen a lot. Yeah.
I know some people like to put like baby powder on
Oh.
their hands actually, and actually smooths it out.
You get a couple of weird looks when people see the white powder.
We've definitely seen that around in CueSoc. Like, there's like
Yeah.
tissues with like white powder on top, and people are like, what is that? And it's like, oh, there's people who don't play with
Just
gloves.
don't leave your credit card next. Nice control there from Joe.
Oh, but the scratch.
Ran it a bit too far. I thought the speed was good. Maybe the power was a bit too much, but the speed at least was pretty good.
This gives Johnny a chance to run some balls.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Just get some points on the board. Now that 3 ball's in a really nice position there. So obviously you want to make sure that you're just trying to leave that one till the end at least. Well, but it doesn't really matter as long as you just get it in at some point.
Yeah.
Because what can happen is if he doesn't get it in and Joe say runs the rack, it's an easy ball you've left out.
For sure. Johnny decided to take the 4, draw it back.
Nice, and he draws back
Perfect for the 7.
for the 7, yeah. I personally find it difficult to play draw on your opening shot when you have a ball in hand.
Oh.
Yeah. And he's lined himself up against the rail, so not the best choice in my opinion of pattern. There was probably maybe 10 different patterns you could have chosen, not the one I would have.
Joe taking the shot on the 9.
Problem is here now that 3 ball's still hanging there, so hopefully Johnny hasn't missed a chance there. Nice.
I think that 3 ball will go from wherever the cue ball is on the table.
Only problem is he going to get another cut?
Oh, true.
So you got to think
Oh,
about
Joe
that.
is clearing.
He is clearing them up like no tomorrow.
Where will he play the 8 into?
I think he'll go for the yeah, tricky, because he doesn't have much
He'll
angle
go
here.
between the two
So
of
he's
them.
got to punch that 10 ball in. Possibly come 3 rails, try and go for the 8 in the side. I don't know if he's going to be playing top left on it maybe, or top right. Yeah, he's going with top left. Yeah, okay. So he's gone just 1 rail, trying to squeeze in the 8 by the looks of it.
By the 3.
By the 3, yeah. Maybe use the 3 as sort of a carrot.
Oh,
Yeah,
very-
you got it. Well done.
Perfect shot. Didn't need a carrot.
Decent margin there as well, 10-2.
The gap is widening.
Explain the scoring system we've got.
So our rules that we play with is we have a ball that's every ball you pot is worth 1 point, and if you pot the 8 is worth 3 points. So in total, if you win the frame, you will get a total of 10 points, and if you lose, the max you can get is 7 points.
Yeah.
for 7 balls.
Which is nice. And what about if you get the 8 out of turn as well?
The 8 out of turn. Oh, then 10 points automatically goes to your opponent.
And then it's just however many you've potted, which I quite like. It's not a very harsh system. It will still reward you for getting balls in. It will still reward you for getting points.
For sure.
I quite like it.
The point system is very well done here.
Yeah.
I think 1 point for ball, and the way the 8 ball is calculated, it's very clever.
It's good. It's good. And it's really nice to see the way we use it and the way we implement it there.
Who do we have next, Mark?
A quick score update. So, 30. Here we go. We'll report a couple. So George actually beat Valix 10-6. We got Joe beating Jonny 10-2, as we just saw. And Tan and Dawu are still going. Dawu's taking his time a fair bit. I've noticed he's slowed down a lot as a player. Honestly, one of the reasons why I think he's pretty good as a player in general is just because he takes his time. He thinks things through.
It's definitely being able to take your time with shots and think rationally is definitely a very important
It's hard,
aspect.
especially when you've got pressure on you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that brings the score now 49-43 in favour of That's the Spirit.
Already changed the tide before.
It looks like they're updating ball by ball as well, so 49-44 now. We'll hang around until the next game with our next set of singles happening here, and then all our doubles coming onto the TV table.
Yeah.
Singles are going quick.
Already
Very, very
changed
quick.
the tide. Before, Valix's team was in the lead actually, and now Joe's team has already switched it up. Now they're in the lead.
It's alternating a little bit, but Dawu's doing a really good job. He's holding things together. The other two sort of need to start pulling their weight now a bit more in order to start to even things up. But remember, doubles is double points.
Double points is the clutch.
It is the clutch, yeah.
It's very important that you win the doubles. Dawu on the 8.
He's got a tricky shot there on the 8. Just to describe it, because obviously you can't see our TV, can't only see the TV table. His cue ball's pretty much down the end of the long rail. The 8 ball pretty much vertical from it, so he's going to try and either play a safe or go for a very difficult reverse bank. So we'll have to see what he does. Now, safety play is quite prevalent, you think, or not as much as 9 ball?
In a game where your opponents can run you out with 1 turn, safeties are very important.
Yeah, very
If you're not confident with a shot, safeties are like the best way to go. 100%.
Exactly, yeah.
But it looks like Dawu is scratched actually and given Alex a ball in hand to run 3 balls.
Exactly, yeah. Valix, on the other hand, is taking on George. Taking on Joe, sorry, my mistake. And yeah, it's looking pretty even right now. Valix has got a good lead.
Valix playing the 6. Oh, very unlucky miss.
And your quarterfinals, which we didn't discuss on, we didn't touch on too much.
Oh yeah.
Talk to me.
We played against Renee's team, which consists of Renee, Lewis, and Ricky. And I've got to say, all of them were playing very well. Lewis almost ran me out in 1 turn.
Wow.
And Renee was just doing Renee things, you know, like clearing
He's very
balls.
serious when he gets to the
is.
table. Like, you don't think twice. Like, you're like, all right, he's playing like that, I got to play twice as hard. Like, your mental game switches when he's playing.
Yeah. Renee plays very seriously. He takes it very seriously.
And they've got Ricky under their wing as well.
Yeah.
Decent promise I've seen in Ricky.
I've been hearing that Renee's actually been teaching Ricky a lot.
So that's really good, yeah. Very nice to see that. Dawu's taking the win. Another strong win from him, and we're going to be featuring him now on the TV table. It's looking pretty good. Scores are now 51-49 in favour of That's the Spirit. So, neck and neck right now.
Very close.
Got any predictions, Derek?
2 points. That could easily be caught up.
Exactly.
Let's just see how this frame goes. Dawu versus George.
That is correct, yeah. So we get to feature everyone on the TV tables in the final. I quite like that. We have sort of a range of playing styles. I really want to, out of the 3, I've got to be honest, Dawu's my favourite to watch.
Dawu's your
You
favourite.
got to have a favourite. He's one of my favourites. I think he's shown excellent promise in 9-ball, first of all. He plays the game the way it's intended to be played.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I quite like people who do that, yeah.
Dude's a very good player. You might have seen him actually now if you see the 9-ball finals playing against
Fantastic, I
Aaron.
mean, I think when Aaron's fatigue kicked in, Dawu showed him strength. Like, he showed him how to get balls in, and he clawed his way to the end, but then I think Aaron refocused, and that's what sort of won in the game in the end.
Regardless, both incredible players.
Daniel with a break. So what's his breakthrough he's got there? Is that a BK? It is, yeah. One of the blue ones, yeah. We got a couple of guys in CueSoc with really nice BKs, so they break really well. And
I was actually hoping to get my hands on a BK, but
oh yeah, Derek.
Too expensive, you know what I mean?
There you go. Yeah, they're a bit much, aren't they? Oh, unlucky scratch. Unlucky. That's okay. Rule is you got to play from behind the line and hit forward with the scratch. That is the CueSoc ruling we have on the break. So it's tricky, but it's still open. So definitely a decent amount of chances as well. And definitely the option to go with the ball that was potted as well. That being stripes, I believe there was one stripe potted.
What is George playing?
He's taking on fold. And I think it's good because he could have knocked out that turning, nailed that pretty well. Sliding the 2 past the 1, tricky. So we'll see how he handles that now. I think that's the shot he's intending to play.
It definitely goes. Oh,
Very nice, very nice.
Very good.
Joe on the other table just taking the win over there, 10-5.
Against
really,
Valix.
really good, promising victory there from Joe.
What is George playing? He's going to play the cut on the rod. George is a very talented player.
I honestly haven't seen much of him. George
Is this his first time
Alex.
playing?
Yeah, I think this is my first time seeing them ever, really. Joe, I believe, introduced them both from the sort of that whole Vietnamese pool playing community. Correct me if I'm wrong, Derek.
I'm not too sure about George, because George is Chinese.
He's Chinese, yeah, but maybe he is with them, or maybe a friend of what's his name from university, Alex.
Yeah. But from what I've heard, George actually plays on the Chinese 8-ball tables more than he does these Brunswick tables.
Okay.
8-ball tables. So.
And have you played on them much or not really?
I've tried it once. The pockets are very tight.
The thing
They
with
use
those
rounded
games is
pockets.
a lot of people are under the impression that unlucky miss there. A lot of people are under the impression that if the pockets are tighter, you're just going to end up playing better pool. Now, while it does actually make your potting better, the problem with it is you can't actually learn to cheat pockets.
Yeah.
That's the
because
problem.
the balls have to go straight into the heart of the pocket.
It's almost uncheatable, those pockets. Yeah.
They use rounded corners, don't they?
They do use rounded corners, so again, like, you're kind of teaching yourself a different game, essentially. If you really look into the physics of it, you're kind of teaching yourself a different game. Good power there, good power. Pushes down on the 3 ball.
You can see the accuracy in George's shots. He's just able to send them straight into the heart of the pocket.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that.
6 ball though, you probably just want to stop it or play a slight bit of draw. Get good shape on the 5, and you might want to give yourself even a bit of angle. You don't want to land on the wrong side of the 5. If you land towards the short rail against the 5, it might not work out too well.
He's not playing top. He's playing top.
Yeah, so you can actually play top and push yourself forward and back rather than playing stun and just leaving yourself there. Might actually be the same option. But I think his aim now is to knock out that 13.
Oh my god. Is this a run out?
He's no good, unfortunately. And Dawu did have a shot at the table, so unfortunately no. He's had a break and a shot, so not a run out of this one. Tricky. I mean, he's left himself in a tricky spot.
He's calling the pop in the far corner.
Very interesting call. He's probably just going to give it a hit. See what happens, yeah. Is that a scratch?
Oh.
Sure is. Bad time to scratch, unfortunately. Bad time to scratch. Bit of bad luck there.
This
But
is definitely a very open table.
Dawu's got an open table, so if there's any chance that he has to come and start clearing things up, now is the time.
What would you take first here, Mark?
Tricky tonight. I'd start with the 11 and 10 first of all. The reason is because 11, 10, and 14 are all on the same line.
Yeah.
So definitely get them out of the way first, and just work your way around sort of clockwise, or it depends which way you're looking at it, but it should be clockwise from the way of the camera, and you'll be able to end at the game, essentially. So it works very nicely if you play well, but remember there's no sort of right answer or wrong answer. It looks like he's taking 12 to start off. What about you, Derek?
I think I take 11 or 10 as well.
Yeah.
Firstly because
just
because there's two boards there.
The issue with it is you don't want to land too straight. It's really easy to take the 11 and 10 and just land too straight.
Oh.
Blundered that a bit. Lost focus.
Left the 12 hanging off the pocket, but that's okay.
Yeah. 4 ball. In a ambitious spot. You can take it in the side or the corner. Actually, it doesn't really matter. But the corner should help reposition the cue ball for the 8. Unfortunate miss. A couple of misses in this frame. But regardless, we'll go with a quick score update here. Joe is beating Valix 10-5. And Johnny is still taking on 10. Score now 73 to 59 in favor of Joe's team. So the lead is starting to come through. The other two need to refocus, get some more balls in. Very nice shot. Very nice shot. I think now he can use that 12 ball that he messed up on earlier to just reposition. Play with a bit of side, take on the outside angle of the 12, and just let it sort of glide around the table. Just like he's done right there, it's good.
Come around for the 14 or just any of the balls on the
take
stage.
10, 11 or 14. I'd personally take 10. Take the inside angle, the inside shots first, and then take them. Like, you want to be using the ones that have the least amount of movement.
I think the wheel's thinking just that as well. Oh, very unlucky. Has he landed safe? No.
Still a difficult shot here. And watch this crash too.
Ooh. Let's see what George does.
All of the cross bank. Not the shot I would take.
Very risky. But
Definitely.
I know people that are definitely more. Some people are more comfortable with banks than they are with cuts. So
Yeah.
you probably have to. You gotta have a lot of faith in yourself.
Exactly. Not enough, unfortunately. Up by quite a bit there. But nevertheless, we still got it tough. He's pretty much on the rail there, going for that 14 ball.
Oh,
Very nice, very
good
nice.
shot.
To establish control off a shot like that, it's not easy, so good job.
Played that perfectly for the 11. Down on the shot. Oh, he played the 10.
Yeah, I think that's okay. Because you can maybe take the 11 in the side, or you can go for the bank there. So it works out alright.
He's left himself.
Yes, the banking angle is not easy because obviously you've got that 8 ball in the way, but I think you can just take the cut and you should be okay. You just have to slow roll it. Fantastic, fantastic.
Good
Although
shot.
It's tricky.
The 13 is definitely a very big problem right now.
I think he'll be looking at, because the cut now is obviously virtually impossible. You'd be wanting to go for a long table back here, so just up and down the length of the table, play that orange 13 right there. And
Taking up a rest.
yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that cue ball unfortunately nudged the 8 ball. Not the intention that Dawu had there, unfortunately. Wanting to roll that cue ball down the other side of the table.
Now George has an open shot on the floor.
And plays at medium pace. He should be able to roll for the 8 pretty comfortably with a bit of top. I quite like that.
Good shot.
They should have the win here, hopefully. Although pressure can get pretty intense as things move on.
Oh,
Nice
beautiful.
shot, nice plot. 10-6, a close one. The score now coming to 81 to 67. So difference of 14 only still. Yeah, 7 balls and doubles.
It's up to the doubles now.
It's up to the
The
doubles
doubles
now.
can definitely change things in one different.
We will be looking at Daewoo and Valix in the first game of doubles on our TV table, up against Alex and George. So, with that's the Spirit taking the majority of the singles. They've actually managed to overcome the difference and establish a slight lead. So that's really good, but it's still crunch time for them now.
It's still anyone's game.
It's still anyone's game.
These doubles really are the defining factor of these matches.
And in terms of chemistry, I could tell you very easily that some of the best doubles chemistry we've got in CueSoc would be between Valix, Daewoo, and Jonny. I mean, that is some of the... I only see them playing with each other. And that is actually so crucial for League right now, that we see these matches happening right now.
Being able to communicate with your partner is definitely a very important factor in these
Definitely,
matches.
yeah. We've got George with the break coming along nicely, and we'll be featuring all our doubles matches on the TV table, which is going to be really good. So, a quick mention, throughout our season we award 2 prizes, or technically 3 actually I should say, to our top team on the ladder, so that's our minor premiers. First I'd like to congratulate, first of all, 2 teams for a very intense season. I found that the competition was quite high considering both were in either session, neither unfortunately making it to the final today. That being Lockie's team, Babajun, and then Team Safety, Jovi's team. So just to announce the members on that, we've got Lockie, Dylan and Denzel coming very close, losing by 1 point, but taking an undefeated season on the ladder. And obviously with Jovi and Jeffrey and David going undefeated in the regular season as well, winning by that 1 extra point on the point difference ladder. Very close. I think this is the first season we've had in 12 seasons, being almost 6 years of league, and a couple of 9-ball seasons too, so make that 15 seasons where we have seen 2 teams undefeated at the top of the ladder.
Very rare to see, and very
Very
unlucky
rare
too that
they
have to
went down
compete.
by 1 point. I mean, that is insane, and it is definitely something worth mentioning.
Both teams were competing on the last day of league for that minor premiership title.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. I found that really good, and I found that this is what League's about. We obviously we love people to improve, but we want to see people taking it out at each other, you know? Get a bit of competition going. It's good fun. George here with the break. Very tight rack he's got there, with the balls pretty closely done together. Now, a quick mention to our teams here. They obviously can use their timeouts. You get 1 timeout per doubles and 1 timeout per singles. The singles have all finished. I don't think they've used any. Timeout being when you can call upon your teammates to come help you out. It's really nice to encourage collaboration throughout the teams. So we obviously want to mention that.
Both teams are very knowledgeable in.
Yeah, definitely, and
It's very rarely will teams
Joe
actually
not
call.
playing this doubles game today. It's probably the time you might want to call him on.
Good break from George.
Very nice
One
break.
ball
Very
sinking.
punchy break. Really good. Alex with a couple of options here.
It looks like he's taking the 5.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you can communicate with your teammate as much as you want. The timeout only applies to the 3rd team member coming to help participate. Ooh, no good there.
Battled the pocket.
I mean, the ball went in, sure, but position is risky. Possibly thinking about taking that 7 ball, but again, where he's landed, it's just not nice. You're shooting, bridging from the edge of a pocket. Slow rolling the 7 ball in.
Good shot.
Lost a bit of control there though, Derek.
The 6 can still go.
It could, but an awkward bridge. Possibly could choose the 3 as well on the side. Remember, these pockets are slightly bigger at Town Hall, so a bit more opportunity and a bit more risk and reward with these kinds of shots. Opting with the 6 there. Nice, very nice. Taking on the 4 now. Or possibly the 2 as well. So they got 2 options here. I'd go with the 4. I think you can leave the 2 to after you take on the 3. So,
What I was thinking was when Alex took the 5, actually, I think he could have gone for the 4.
Again, yeah,
If the
that
4
could
was
work,
like
yeah.
a problem.
You just want to give yourself space. They've actually been cramping themselves against the rail pretty much this whole race.
Yeah.
Pretty much this whole frame, they've just been leaving themselves against the rail, leaving themselves in awkward bridging positions as well.
I definitely find that when the ball is against the rail, it's much harder to shoot.
Definitely, definitely.
It doesn't matter to George.
Gets that in straight away. Off the mark with that, but no good with the position, unfortunately.
3 ball and the 2 ball left. What would they take? Taking the 3.
Going with a safety of some sort there, yeah. Lands it nice, but definitely have an angle on the 9 now, yeah.
For sure. You can see Valix and Dung Nguyen talking to each other. Communication is definitely very important in these doubles matches.
100%, yeah, 100%.
There's a lot of pattern play that comes to this.
100%.
In a game like
as well.
in a game like 8-ball, the balls that you take are definitely very important, and in which order you decide to take them as well.
100%. Now, I think with 8-ball, you're left with more options as opposed to 9-ball and 10-ball, where you have to go down the route of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So, choosing the right option and making sure your teammates on board with you choosing that option as well, it's not easy. I think Valix has nailed that, to say the least, although the bridge is a bit awkward. And we could possibly go for the 12 as well. Sorry, the 14. My mistake. So that's the green stripe over down there, just to avoid using that awkward bridge. Alternative there could be to take the 13 as well, Derek.
I would take the 13. I don't think the 11's in the way enough for it to really be a problem.
Yeah.
I think you're still able to hit.
Now the reason why bridging is actually an issue or the like is because you might be forced to play with only 1/2 of the ball or a quarter of the ball, and you're sort of forced to play a certain spin as well, depending on where you land. So it looks like he's just opting to just go play a bit of right spin. And when you're playing right spin, you have to readjust your eye line, readjust your shot choices. It can be quite difficult. I think the cloth sort of rolled it, unfortunately, a bit towards into that 11 ball. A bit of bad luck there from the cloth.
A bit of bad luck, but Valix and Dung Nguyen, they seem to have a plan. They seem to know what they're doing.
Bit of team discussion going on here.
There's a lot of options. With 8-ball, there's always a lot of options. Unlike 9-ball and 10-ball where you can only play 1 ball at a time.
Oh, he's nailed that. He's nailed that. I mean, he's actually played that perfectly. That is your Delu special right there. Very nice. Now, viewers actually might not think it looks too bad, but as a pool player, you'll know how difficult it is to get that bridge in there. The way he aimed at that, and the way he even set himself up for the 10. So, beautiful. I think with the fast playing style going against the slow right now, it's going to create a bit of interest in this match.
Ooh.
Not sure these guys like waiting too much. Slow rolls it, plays it nice.
Oh,
I think that should get in there. Oh, you are
just hanging off the
taking
pocket.
it a bit too slow there, Valix, but not too bad. Let it hang. Essentially, where he's landed the cue ball, yes, that will get the 2 ball in, but the position from 2 to 3 here is quite tricky because it's a very straight shot.
it's hard to come off this rail.
And when you've got a lot, yeah, because it's just so straight. When you've got very straight shots, it's actually difficult to get more movement than going backwards and forwards.
How would George play this? It's match draw?
He has to, yeah. I mean, really, he tried. That's as much draw as you can get on the table with a straight shot. Quite nice.
Very good shot.
Also, whilst keeping it accurate. You can play as much draw as you want, just gotta make sure it's accurate as well, and you actually get the putt. Otherwise, there's no point. Rattles the 3,
Not first
unfortunately.
in the position.
That 10 ball is not looking to go in, unfortunately.
We're taking on the 14.
We're taking on the 14 here. Very nice. Clips that one in finally. Valix with the 12 here. Nicely done, nicely done.
Beautiful.
Played that off the rail, but from rail to rail they go again.
Do you reckon we can see them run the rest of this rack?
Possibly. I think the difficult part here is just going from the 11 to the 8, as long as they nail this one off the rail. Unfortunate rattle there. Difficult shot there on the 3 though, so a couple of options I might go through. The 3 ball could be rolled in with the 10, which I think they might do, and I think if you could see his, George's sort of indication there with his cue, and roll that 3 ball in with the 10. Otherwise, you might just have to cut it or play it safe, and the cut is ridiculous.
Looks like
So he's playing draw here. Probably going for a bank, maybe even. Oh yeah, tried to roll it in. Didn't play it well. I think you have to play those off the top.
Yeah.
A bit less speed. Wasn't really executed the best way. Being Valix and Louis here, you want to take advantage of the situation. You want to just give it your best go.
The 11 to the 15 will be really difficult.
Definitely. As it is very straight. Nice. Oh, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. Class there from Valix. Just need a bit of control.
Where will Wu leave the cue ball from Valix?
Nice.
Right
that's
into the
fantastic.
corner
That is
pocket.
Yeah, should be good. Just got to take your time with it, and you will get yourself a decent lead with this 10-5 if he gets this one. Now, good things that they're discussing here.
This could close the gap, no?
Exactly, could, very well could. One thing that I might mention actually is the 3 balls actually not really so much hanging over the corner pocket. So if you think 2-way here, what happens if you miss that cue ball or miss that 8 ball? Oh, the scratch trying to avoid.
God.
Tried to avoid the scratch, got lucky there. Oh, probably intended for it actually, but yeah, unfortunately you wanted to have watched out and not landed the cue ball there, yeah. So unfortunate little nudge there.
Left position on
Definitely
the 3.
can get position there and position on the 8.
There we go.
Very evenly matched though. Very evenly matched doubles. Both teams of pretty much equal skill and both can have the ability to clear out, yeah. So really good otherwise. Nice 10-7 win there,
All double points though.
making that a 14-20. So overall score now being 101-81. Next game looking to be Joe and Alex versus Daniel and Jonny. Wu and Jonny, with Jonny to break.
Now they need to win both of the doubles
Yeah.
to win.
So being down by 20 points, you have to win both your doubles here. Otherwise, it is game over for the others. But look, I'm in for a close game. I'm rooting for Jonny and the Wu in this one here. 2 of my favorite regulars at CueSoc, so it should be good.
Let's see this.
A quick mention to our MVP and MIP, who I forgot to mention earlier. What being a characteristic of an MIP is someone who is consistently improving throughout the season, not just one good week, one bad week, the like. We want to see someone who is improving throughout. We awarded it to Ethan, I believe.
Yep.
I watched a lot of his games. Fantastic player with a lot of promise. Doesn't own a cue as
He's shown a lot
well.
of growth throughout the season. He's been playing with his team, Oscar and Tao.
Yeah,
To
and
be fair, I think they've all improved. but Ethan
Yeah.
has definitely improved by a wide
Really good, and we're always happy to see them turn up, and obviously thank you to them. And more importantly, our MVP as well, being Lockie, a seasoned veteran, winner of our last comp, but I mean, great job from Lockie. Seriously, great job.
And which
from
comp was
them.
that, Mark?
Well, invitation.
There we go.
One of my favourite comps this year. Now, down to the wire, last game.
Very good spread. Great.
Let's see how this turns out there, okay?
Joe and Alex.
Dry break to start off. Unfortunate with the dry break.
Taking the...
Joe taking on the 4-ball there. Oh, rattled.
Rattled.
The boys now have a couple of options. Ideally, the one you'd want to take is solid. In my opinion, you've got the team's two stronger players here, being Joe and Alex.
Both team rattling the 4-ball.
Ball's still open. Game's still going.
Very intense. I feel like in the beginning, when you have to decide between stripes and solid, it's very critical that you decide which one you want.
Exactly, yeah.
And the pressure, it gets to you sometimes.
Very much can, yeah. Very, very much can, yeah.
It seems to have happened to both our teams here. But now, this 4-ball is going to go in. There we go. Oh, left it in a not too nice position.
Tight. Very tight. 5-ball here is very tough. We'll see how he goes with this. You want to make sure you don't double hit as well.
Oh my god.
Yeah, off by a bit, unfortunately. Possibly could be a push foul there.
Push foul. Oh,
I'm not sure of the way the cue ball moved. If the force from the cue actually managed to transfer onto the 5-ball or not. Tricky to know regardless, they haven't called it. The game goes
the most
on.
important part, you have to call the foul.
Yeah,
And if they
we
don't-
can't call it, we're just the commentators.
Dude taking the shot. Oh,
Starting to lose focus, unfortunately. Starting to lose a bit of motivation to win.
He's just holding some.
the watch pressure, not watch
Nice control on that 6-ball there. Uses stun off the rail quite nicely there. Good technique to use when you just want to open your stroke up a little bit. So Joe
decent position for Joe.
getting a
Holding
nice
the 2,
shape on the
coming
2,
behind
and
the 3.
yep, the 3 is in place. 1 is an option there too, but I think I'd take the 3 first. Just play out a little bit, draw out. Looks like that's exactly what Alex is doing there.
Oh, Joe
Lovely.
back.
Very nice, very nice. And you can get a decent cut there on the 1 possibly, or maybe the 5.
The 5 doesn't go, does it? Oh, good cut from Joe.
Very nice. Where's that cue ball going?
Oh,
Landing not so good, but a good putt.
100%. That was a very difficult cut. To go into the middle pocket like that. Looks like Alex wants to play the double.
Difficult double.
Joe seems to be trying to maybe talk him out of it, or trying to find a way to play safe. What's he?
Good 2-way play there. Nice landing, but the boys got to give it a good go now.
Jonny and Dawu back at the table. Playing the 13.
Love it there.
Ooh. 11 and 12 look very good right now. And they've chosen the 11. Good shot.
Oh, very nice, yeah.
Rolling past the 8.
We're indicating to Jonny to take the 12 ball now. I think you'd want to draw it back. Just find a bit more space, because if you play top, it's really easy to jam it into the rail. So you're right to center table, very nice.
Good draw.
Great position for Dawu on the 14. Now, the 14 will naturally like roll a lot when you play the cue ball into it. So just control the speed really well. The cue ball will sort of land center table, and that's really good. You land yourself well on the 15.
Oh, very unlucky.
Unfortunate, yeah, unfortunate.
I think they might have been trying to set up for the 15.
Yeah, too worried about position. A good attempt, nonetheless. A really good attempt.
100%.
Very nice, very nice. Nudges his way past the 14. 7 ball.
Into the middle pocket. I think they might be worried about the scratch.
Possibly, quite possibly they would be. Oh, is that a scratch?
Where's the cue ball going?
Great call from Derek. Oh, that is hanging. That is hanging. For a winning 8, I've never seen a more difficult place where the cue ball has been before.
Right on the corner too.
Very tough there, very tough. Let's see how he rolls it in.
See if Joe makes this.
Oh my goodness,
that is class.
Joe.
The boys taking home the win and taking home the league title. Last game's now for Bants if they want to do it, if they don't want to do it. Looks like last doubles is still going on, still going ahead, but congrats again to Joe's team for taking home 8-ball league of season 12. A new set of winners, a new sort of group emerging. Well done to them.
Joe, George and Alex, very well played.
Very well played. And for a team that struggled throughout the season, lost 2 games throughout the season.
Do we know whose break it is?
Yes, the break is with Joe. Yes, Joe's got the break. And for a team that lost 2 games on the ladder throughout the 7 weeks, it's good to see them finally sort of come up and sort of show their worth on finals day. Derek, you obviously being one of the teams that beat their team.
Yeah.
I think you were one of the 2 that beat, as you mentioned earlier.
Oh no, we didn't beat Valix's team.
Oh no, I'm talking about Joe's team.
Joe's team, yeah.
Yeah.
We did beat
You did beat them, yeah.
but it was very lucky.
Very lucky, I think, yeah.
They managed to, and this was back when Joe was an 8 as well.
Yeah,
so
okay.
that gave us a bigger head start. If Joe was a 7 back then, we would have lost.
Yeah.
It really came down to like literally the last 1 or 2 points. So we got
Exactly, yeah.
extremely lucky.
And I mean, the 3 of them are all sort of a very similar level. Like the way they play.
Oh,
Just because the
Scoop the
game's
cube
done doesn't necessarily mean just go a bit wild there.
it's okay. This match is all about us. In their minds, they've already won.
Definitely, yeah.
Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Johnny opting to break now.
Oh,
no way! No way. George wanting to keep it on the table now and to break it cleanly. He's got the big hair rush.
Can we make it 3 in a row?
Let's be quiet. Hopefully we get it focused. Very nice.
There we go.
Lands it.
Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball? Oh, he's okay. He's okay. Good excitement there.
Valix taking the 14.
Very nice, very
rolls
nice.
back out for the 10.
Score now being 121 to 89. Unfortunately, the game is unwinnable from here. But for glory, Jonny and Valix do want to take it from here.
Free pool mark.
That's it, mate.
Oh, that comes up a bit.
I think whilst the game is going on, I'd just like to actually give a quick thank you for everyone who turned up this season.
Oh, very good.
It's a very long sort of timeline you go through, isn't it?
Yeah, 7 weeks.
7 weeks plus the finals day. And I mean, you get to meet everyone. It's fantastic. But huge thank you. Very nice pot there. Huge thank you to everyone who showed up, and even more gratitude and thanks to the subs. Our substitute players who actually came in and replaced others who couldn't make it on the day. Thank you to them. Thank you for taking your time out. I really appreciate it, obviously.
Very grateful for even just everyone who showed up.
Yeah.
People who subbed, people who play, like...
And even you got a couple of sideline commentators, sideline viewers. They're good to have around too. So thanks to them.
But extending our thanks obviously to City Heroes for providing us with the venue every Monday night. I mean, that to me is major commitment, major trust exercise, putting your faith in CueSoc.
Yeah.
But we're happy to be here and we love it here. Town Hall's a great vibe at night, I must say.
Always grateful for City Heroes.
Definitely. The staff know how to run a venue.
Oh my god.
Good effort there on that 5-ball, yeah. And to wrap things up as well, a very nice thank you to ARC. ARC being our major funding group and the Society Board for UNSW. Thank you to us once again for allowing us to be re-affiliated next year and to keep expanding. With COVID sort of coming to a halt now, we're looking to grow even more.
So if you do hear this video off our Facebook page or our YouTube channel, it's honestly amazing to have you come to our social events, come to our comps. Derek, what do we have coming up?
We have an April comp coming up.
End of the term. I love April.
And we'll get to see a couple of these guys hopefully there at Burwood. And other than that, a couple of social events. Very nice to
pool parties.
yeah,
We've got them all.
that's it. Very nice, La.
Very nice.
Is George left-handed?
He is, yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Didn't give him enough draw there,
Unfortunately, not enough backspin. Should have brought that cue ball back a little more. Decent effort there on the 7-ball.
Does this get in the way of the 11? No, it doesn't.
Very nice there on the 11.
Could
Yeah, they could. It's not too difficult because you just have to imagine that 13 ball isn't there. Play the 9-inch you usually would, and it should go in quite nicely. Use the nudge off the 6 as well. Oh, Valix played one-handed. Oh, he's got it. Oh, he's missed. That's a shocker.
Very unlucky.
But all in good spirit. So ball in hand can go anywhere.
yeah, choosing to go behind the line.
Very nice.
There you go.
Still got good cue ball control in it actually.
But the ball sort of spun its way in the wrong direction.
Joe seems to be a bit mad. He didn't leave him where he wanted.
Oh, very
but
nice.
he pots it
That's
regardless.
There we go. And final shot on the 8 to end a great, fantastic season.
Too good, Joe.
There you go. Well done. A huge congrats to That's the Spirit for taking it home. And our runners up, http://bit.ly /3QW capital LSFS.
The image of it.
Yes. Congrats to them. Losing by a decent margin, 141 to 101, but regardless to say they had a fantastic finals day. They took on some decent teams and took down some decent teams.
Very formidable team.
But
they've worked hard to come all the way here.
That's the spirit, winning league, and they are over the moon. Thank you to everyone for tuning in.
Thank you.
Hope to see you in our next video and hope to see you at our events as well. Signing off.